Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Indie Zone. My name is Kathy. The calendar tells us that today is June 25th, 2025. This reflects the fact that just 35 days remain until the process of voir dire, which is jury selection in Idaho versus Kohberger, begins. There has been no ruling as of yet from Judge Stephen J. Hippler on whether or not the trial will be continued. And we did a recent poll on this YouTube channel asking you whether you believed, after watching the streamed open hearing of June 18th, 2025, on the defense's motion to continue, if the judge would grant, meaning to continue the trial date to a later date, or deny the motion, meaning the trial date remains the same. You felt that the motion would be denied. With just 35 days remaining, one would imagine that preparations for the administration of the jury questionnaires and the notification of the potential jurors to report to the courthouse must be underway. That is my opinion that I provide. I want to assure you that we will continue to monitor the docket for a ruling on the motion to continue, as well as on the closed session that happened June 18th, 2025, which was on the matter of Mr. Kohberger's offers of proof of alternate perpetrators, and if he will be permitted to raise this issue as a defense in front of the jury. That is why defendants will typically raise alternate perpetrators. It is to raise reasonable doubt that the wrong person responsible for whatever crime has been charged is not before the court. Mr. Kohberger at all times is considered not guilty of the 5 very serious felonies he was charged with by indictment back in May of 2023 by the grand jurors of Latah County. This is what Mr. Kohberger is standing trial for. That presumption of not guilty, it remains in effect at all times until or unless Mr. Kohberger, number 1, pleads guilty, or number 2, is adjudicated guilty at trial. Trial is scheduled to commence right now, August 11th, 2025, and will run through November 7th, 2025, inclusive of the penalty or the sentencing phase, if necessary. Judge Hippler's words there remind us that a penalty or sentencing phase will not happen until or unless Mr. Kohberger is first adjudicated guilty by the jurors at the case in chief. The guilt phase, also known as phase 1, which begins August 11th, 2025. Wanted to give you an update regarding the docket. Nothing was filed yesterday that's new. The last filings hit the docket on June 23rd. So no rulings, no orders, no other filings were on the docket on the 23rd. That was new. Additionally, the case summary page appears to have not been updated yesterday, the 24th of June. All of the items that we had previously reported to you remain the same. There's nothing new. We're awaiting the court minutes from the public session of the June 18th hearing. That's the motion to continue. That is a public record. We had reported to you that we saw on the case summary page pop up a couple of days ago. They have not yet been released to the public. And you see the rest of the events on the court calendar. There are no hearings between now and voir dire, which is the 30th of July. It's noted here as a hearing, but that's actually jury selection, which will continue until a total of 20 impartial jurists can be sat. 12 will represent the jury, with 8 alternates in the event one of the 12 are dismissed for whatever reason, as sometimes happens at trials. And then you see there the jury trial commencing 8:30 a.m. on the 11th of August. One final matter I wanted to bring to your attention. There's been a lot of activity over on the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania versus Kohberger case that had been dormant from the early part of January 2023, when Mr. Kohberger decided not to fight extradition from Pennsylvania, which is where he was at the time of his arrest on December 30th, 2022. Nothing on that public record until we started to see the issue of the domestication of certain trial witnesses. The defense wants to have ordered to appear at trial to serve as Mr. Kohberger's witnesses. There are a total of 7. One of the 7 reached an agreement and an order has been entered. She is asking for her appearance to be continued from June 30th to the first available date after July 6th. And she was given the date of July 7th to appear before the court and show cause why she should not be ordered to go to Idaho across the country and appear as Mr. Kohberger's witness. So it's just now the 6 that we had reported to you before that will be making appearances in the Pennsylvania court to show cause why they should not be ordered to travel across the country and appear as Mr. Kohberger's witnesses at trial, with the 7th appearing on July 7th, 2025. If you have any comments, any questions, please leave them here. As always, we greatly appreciate your feedback. Your likes are very much appreciated. And if you have not yet subscribed to the channel, I would greatly appreciate it if you would consider doing so. Things are happening very fast and very furious in this case right now. And if you do subscribe, it should give you notifications of when we do publish new content. Until next time, this is Kathy. Thank you for joining us today.